Welcome back to Effective Teleconversions Unlocked. And the question for the day is, are you finding it challenging to develop the needs of your prospects? Let me make it easy for you in this part. Everyone, you're listening to Ayan Bandyopaadhyay, and before we get going with today's topic, let's do a quick recap of what we have covered. In the last part, we spoke about needs. You now know that needs are all the verbs that our prospects use to describe the actions that they want to take. We also spoke about the intensity of the need. A latent need is the weakest need. What should we do during this phase? We should develop the need. What we shouldn't do, we shouldn't propose a solution. A stated need, on the other hand, is a strong need. What we should do, we should go ahead and propose a solution. If you haven't yet watched the last part of this course, then my recommendation is do that first. The link to access the last part is shared in the description below. Also, it would be a good idea to subscribe to this channel and get notified immediately when we upload the subsequent videos of the remaining course. So, let's get going. Remember the 4 statements? I'm fairly okay with the solution I have. I'm slightly disappointed with the solution I have. I have a problem with the solution I have. I want a solution to my problem. What should be our end goal? Our end goal is to convert the latent need into a stated need. So when the prospect says that I'm fairly okay with my current products and services, our goal should be to make them say, I want a solution for this. Well, that's a good start point. Let's begin with the end in mind. But before you start asking questions to your prospects, first seek the permission to ask a few questions. You can use something like this. Mr. Prospect, in order to understand what information will be useful to you, may I ask you a few questions? Step 1. Ask questions that allows him to speak about his current situation. For example, Mr. Prospect, can you tell me more about how your present products or solutions are helping you solve your needs? Mr. Prospect, can you tell me more about how you currently manage this particular job that you want to get done? Step 2. Ask questions around the problems, the difficulties, or challenges that he's facing in order to get the job done. For example, Mr. Prospect, is there any sort of problem or challenge or maybe a difficulty that you want to address shortly? Tip time. If the prospect says he's not facing any problem, challenge or difficulty, reverse the situation to address any kind of opportunity. Use something like this. Mr. Prospect, is there any opportunity which you believe is going to be a game changer for you? Whatever be the situation, the chance of getting an affirmative answer is very, very high. Step 3. Ask questions about the implications these problems, challenges, or difficulties on the prospect's job that he wants to get done. Mr. Prospect, if this particular problem, challenge, or difficulty keeps persisting, how might this affect your job outcome? Tip time. Mr. Prospect, if you miss the opportunity, what might happen to the job outcome? The chances of getting an affirmative answer in this scenario is also very, very high. Step 4. Ask questions around the needs and the payoffs if he gets a better solution. You can use something like this. Mr. Prospect, what might happen if you get a solution that fixes this problem, the challenge, or the difficulty and helps you achieve your desired job outcome? Tip time again. Mr. Prospect, what might happen if you grab the opportunity? Let's look at how we can put all of this together. It goes on like this. Mr. Prospect, how do you currently manage this particular job that you want to get done? Well, I'm fairly okay with the services that these people are providing me. So, sir, is there any difficulty that you want to manage better? You see, I'm a bit dissatisfied with the turnaround time that they have. So what might happen to your overall satisfaction if the turnaround time problem persists? Well, I'll have a problem with their customer support. Mr. Prospect, if you are able to get a better turnaround time and a personalized customer service, do you think that's gonna make your world easy? Hey, I'll be thrilled. I want that solution. Get the idea? This questioning technique will do a far better job than you pushing your answers straight into the throat of your prospect. And even before you realize, you will be converting their latent needs into the strongest needs ever. What you should do next? Well, propose the solution. But before I tell you how to propose your game changer solution, let's stay with the needs for a bit more time. We spoke about the intensity of need. What we also need to understand and identify is the type of the need of our prospects. While needs can be classified into a lot of types and there are abundant schools of thought that talk about them, let me talk about the 4 types which will come handy in your sales roles. Number 1, functional needs. Number 2, social needs. Number 3, emotional needs. And number 4, psychological needs. It's very important for us to know the type of need our prospects have, because from there will flow the solutions that they will buy. So stay tuned with me to learn the art of proposing a solution next. Until then, see you again.